Hi everyone, Natasha here. Welcome to Natasha's Healthy Living. I am up in my office on a very rainy Friday afternoon. I was able to capture some video of the deer that have been kind of roaming around our backyard the last several weeks. We kind of see them usually at dusk, and they go from our yard across the street to the neighbor's yard, which the neighbor's yard backs up to an orchard, so there's plenty of room for them to roam and lots of woods on either side. But this morning I happened to notice them when we were getting a nice little drizzle, so that was kind of fun to see. We've had a busy day running lots of errands, so now I'm finally up here in my office and I'm excited because I have a whole stack of the goodies from the Jane's Agenda Deluxe subscription box for October, and I'm ready to start the process of transitioning my planner over to the October season and kind of giving it a whole new outfit for a new month. So stay tuned for that. Grab your planners if you want to do some planning and updating with me. Maybe get something cozy to drink, and welcome to my office. Welcome back to my home. I'm so glad you're joining me today. So I have my Jane's Agenda planner. This is the fall leaf cover in the wraparound style. I have 2-inch discs. These are the gold discs from Jane's Agenda as well. And I have the cover from September. I actually have some plans that I think I'm going to be using this cover for. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. And I have a classic size planner. So just to kind of give you a frame of reference on the size we're looking at, let me make sure you can actually see everything. You can. Okay, we're good. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. I have a nice stack of all the goodies from the October Deluxe subscription box. I've been dying to just sit up here and have some time to get all this kind of worked out. So a couple of thoughts that I've had. Number one, as much as I love this wraparound cover, I think I'm ready to maybe switch back to a snap-on cover. I go back and forth because I love how secure my planner feels when it's all like snapped together and held in this wraparound cover, but it is a little bigger and bulkier to take around with me. I don't work outside of the home every day. I only go outside of the home 2 days a week, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, for one of my part-time jobs where I help out in a small business accounting office, and we also do taxes. So this time of year, we're just sort of in our usual routines. So I like having my planner in something that's secure to take with me, but when I'm working either at my day job or here at home, it is nice to have the wraparound cover where I can just turn to the page and like flip my planner over on itself and basically have my planner only take up this much space on my desk versus this much space on my desk. So I've been kind of flip-flopping back and forth, and I guess it's time for a change again. So that's one of the beauties of this whole Discbound system, is you can change as often as you want. So having said all of that, one of the first things I know I want to change is to remove this cover. And I think what I'm going to be doing is creating a separate planner for, well, let me give you the backstory. So I am a consultant. I'm actually a director with Jordan Essentials, which is a bath and body products company. They also have some home products and cleaning products and things like that. It's been around since 2000, and so we're getting ready to celebrate our 25th year next year. I've been a consultant since 2000. So with my Jordan Essentials business, I'm really kind of amping up things this fall. Not only is it our busy time of year because it's vendor season, so my friend Sarah and I will be doing a lot of vendor events, but it's just the fall and holiday shopping time. So I've decided to take on a little extra and really kind of bring my business up to the next level. These are some things I've been wanting to do for years, and I didn't know how to do them. So I have started the Modern Direct Seller Academy, and I'm at the VIP level, and I'm absolutely loving it. So Becky Launder is the mastermind behind it. She actually came and spoke to us at Jordanvention, our annual convention in July. And I loved everything she shared with us. She's been doing some trainings through Jordan Essentials since then. And again, everything really resonated with what I was looking for. And then when I really kind of dove into her academy, I felt like it was just everything I've been looking for, and there's just so much one-on-one coaching and individualized coaching that's exactly what I've been needing. So having said all of that, it's time to start a new planner or notebook for all of my Modern Direct Seller Academy workbooks and things like that that I've been working on. So what I have so far is, so I've been building this as my Jordan Essentials planner, and as you can see, it's really kind of too full now. So I was trying to decide, do I want to go to bigger discs, or do I just want to pull out all of the Modern Direct Seller Academy items and kind of start a new notebook just for that. So that's what I decided to do. So this cover, I love this outer cover. I might look for something that's a little more of the greens. I might go back to the August dashboards when I get ready to set that up. So anyway, that is the plan for that, is to make myself a Modern Direct Seller Academy notebook with that cover. All right, so then I'm trying to think of what phases we want to do all of this in. Let's just look at the cover itself, like the cover combination itself. And let me just set this aside for a second so we can really kind of focus on that. So this is the beautiful cover. I'm for sure going to use that. This is one of the vellums that we got in the October box, which I love. It's a beautiful message. I don't know that I want it underneath of this or not. Like, you could layer it under there, which is a beautiful look. And then what would go behind it, you know, you've got some options there. So this is one option. And when these are layered, what's nice is that the vellum lightens everything up and makes it look, you know, more like that frosted look. What I was leaning towards when I was filming was, let's see, so these are the other options we have. The New York City skyline with Central Park. We have the pumpkins. This was the one that really kind of spoke to me, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with that. And then we also have the fall leaves. Now, I'm just curious to see, because I do like that one. So this would be kind of fun. That would keep the fall theme going for my Modern Direct Seller Academy notebook. I might end up doing that, but it has a few pops of green, so I would feel like it's still kind of tying into my Jordan Essentials world. So that's a possibility. So I think I am going to go with this one, and then the question becomes, do I want it with the vellum or without? So without the vellum, it's a little bit more of that richer, you know, detail, and you can see all the images in the photo. With the vellum over, I can't remember, did I say without the vellum? I meant to say without the vellum was the previous look. With the vellum, that's the look too. And to me, you kind of lose the beautiful image behind it. So I think I'm going to stick with no vellum and that image right there. All right, so now that I've made that decision, the next decision, let's go ahead and pop this onto the planner. But then the next decision is, what outer cover am I going to go with? And I could just do no cover and just do this, but I'm feeling like I still kind of like having that extra sturdy outer cover. So I'm going to show you some options that I've been thinking of, just to kind of take you along with me on this process. So what I have right now is one of the other Jane's Agenda covers I have. I think this was September of 23. Which is fine. That's a beautiful cover right there. One of the things I like about these wrap covers is that I get 2 pen loops. So I've been able to have my 4-color friction pen and my friction highlighter, which I'm using this month. And then I've also been keeping this pink Tombow for any of the Modern Direct Seller stuff, because that's kind of her logo's color scheme. But I don't know that I really need to keep taking this with me. It seems like I'm mostly working on that stuff at home. So that may slide out, in which case I would still have this pen loop and whatever pen loop goes with the cover. So that's a good thing for me to keep in mind. I can still have the 2 that I mostly need all the time. And these glass plastic covers are so sturdy. I'm always kind of careful with how I get them snapped on, and I like to sort of let the discs move with the direction I'm trying to snap, so I don't bend the glass cover as much. All right, so then let's see, what else do we need to look at? Okay, the next phase of trying to figure this out. Now, I should mention, this is, whoops, hold on. Everything's sliding. Okay, so this is the back cover, and I could certainly swap out my leaf cover and put this back cover on, do it where it's not upside down. So that would be the back cover. And the benefit of having the back cover is then I'd have the elastic band to go over and hold everything together, which could totally work. That's an option. I have this cover on because this was actually a top or front cover with no elastic band, just because then it's a smoother piece to slide into a separate cover. So I have two options I pulled out of my stash, and we can look at both of these. So one of them is the Jane's Agenda shell cover, which is a snap-on and does have one pen loop. This doesn't have any way to secure the planner closed. Now, one time, I think it was in July or August, I kind of remedied that by I layered my two covers. So I had this one against the planner itself, and then on the back side I added the Jane's Agenda outer snap cover, and then when I wanted to close up my planner I could still use the elastic, and would just put this in here so you can kind of see. So it would be like this, like my whole planner would be closed up with this elastic, and that did work. It was a way to keep the planner secure. There's just something about having it secure that I do like when I take it in and out of my work bag. Or the other option I have is this one. This is from Live Love Posh, and I do like it. I like the coloring of it, like this kind of chocolate brown. Jane's Agenda just launched a whole chocolate brown snap cover option too. Theirs is much darker, so it's truly more of like a deep dark chocolate brown. This to me is more like a milk chocolate color. So and this has a pen loop, and what I liked about this one a lot was that it had the snap closure. So it did give me that sense of feeling like my planner was secure and closed and everything stayed together. The only trouble I had with this is I have to be careful how full my planner gets. So let's look at trying to kind of give myself a way to look. So that's one way it would look. We have this, if it's kind of all assembled, it would look like that, which I do like this chocolate brown with that image. It pulls in some of those darker colors. Even I notice like the center of these little baby's breath flowers. Or if we were gonna do the shell cover, then it would look like this, which is beautiful. I do like this shell color because it's just such a light, refreshing look. But I just had that on, I'm pretty sure it was for July and August, and it's a little lighter than I think I'm in the mood for now as we go into October. I think I am ready for some darker tones. So let's put this aside and go ahead and snap on the Live Love Posh cover, and I will show you this is something that I'm not as happy about with how these covers layer together, but it's just kind of one of those things because I'm using products from two different companies. So my ideal would be a Jane's Agenda version of this with the snap closure. So who knows? That may be something someday that we have, but as of right now, we do not have that. So it does hang over, like the Jane's Agenda cover is a little bigger than this one, but it didn't bother me too bad when I had it like that before. I actually felt like it protected this glass cover, and because this has some thickness to it, it still seemed to work where everything was pretty well protected. And then if I do that, I don't need this cover on the back, so I can take this one off. See how we like it. Now this one isn't quite such a heavy plastic, so it's a little easier just to pop off like that. And then we'll pop this on. And this is one of the things I love about the Discbound system, is the fact that I can change my mind and kind of go with the seasons. It would be hard for me to think about going back to a bound planner now, just because I find that updating my planner like this, now see, can I close it? I can close it just barely. So it might be something to look at if there's anything else I could take out of here that I'm really not using. I actually feel like my front sections here, all these top tabs, I know they could use a review. And when I do this monthly closeout process this next couple of days, like over this weekend, I might need to look at that and see what I could take out. But overall, this is feeling good. It's a little bit smaller, and you know, if it's wrapped, like if I'm working on something, and let me go to just kind of a blank section here. So if I'm working in my planner, let's go to, I was gonna say I should have the 30th there. So if I'm working on one of my daily pages and I can just fold it like that and be writing and taking notes, that does feel like the right thing for right now. So I'm gonna do that. Now, one of the other thoughts I had was this week and going into October, this is the look I like. But I love some of these other images too. So I really like this one. Like, let's look at this for a second now that we have this chocolate brown cover on. Isn't that beautiful? So I may kind of go back and forth and every week just change out the dashboard that's behind the cover just because I can, because they're beautiful and I have them, and it makes my planner exciting to open up and take a look and, you know, see what I need to do for the day. So, all right, that's phase one of this whole process, is to give my planner a new cover, kind of give her a new outfit for the month as we go into October. So I'm feeling really good about that. Again, if this was just a smidge bigger, it would be perfect. If it was a Jane's Agenda chocolate brown, it would be great, but I'm going to use what I've got and enjoy that, and then I'll still get to see this beautiful cover from Jane's Agenda there. Then I'm trying to think if there's anything. Actually need to switch this out, so take that out. Okay, let's talk a little bit. Yeah, everything there should be good. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about my daily and weekly spread combination. So if you saw last week's video, or 2 weeks ago, I was trying to decide, you know, what to do. I did end up ordering the daily number 15, so I have that for quarter 4 going into October. And what I did is just took a screenshot of the weekly number 30, I believe this is, which is one of their new weekly designs, just because I wanted to see how it would work. I didn't want to have to like redesign the page. So it's terrible quality. I had to go and like fix stuff and rewrite it and whatever, but it gave me the basic layout just to play around with and try. And I used it about half the week and I decided, yep, this is definitely the layout that I want to use for the month of October. So I've ordered that as well. And I'm excited to get it. I think it's coming today at some point if my mail ever gets delivered, but sometimes mail around here is, I don't know. We end up having to share the mail person with one of the neighboring towns sometimes. So that happens, and that's okay. Oh, here's a good example. So here's the chocolate brown, just so we can kind of compare. This is chocolate brown from Jane's Agenda. So if I would get the snap cover, it would be this deep dark chocolate versus this milk chocolate color. And I kind of wanted to see, like, just to give myself an idea. I mean, that would be pretty. That really dark chocolate pulls in these colors here. Now I'm thinking I might end up ordering that too. I was trying to be good and wait and just use what I had, but I guess I'll let you know if I end up ordering the snap cover from Jane's Agenda in the dark chocolate brown, because I do love how that looks together. So this is the pen pouch that we got, and I actually want to set that up at some point too. This is the page finder, and I was contemplating switching out my page finder. In fact, let's just try that out, because I now have my, and I'm gonna pull these florals out and tuck these in here. I now have my sticky notes, that's what I'm trying to say, up here in the front. So that's a good spot for those. And then I don't need to have sticky notes also on my page finder. And I just wanted to see, can I easily find my page finder, because this is a little bit narrower than what I'm used to, but I think these, yeah, I can still feel where that one is. It sticks up a little higher than the rest of the tabs. So I think that's gonna work, and it's kind of nice to change it up and have something feel a little more fall in my page finder. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm always struggling to see if I'm on camera. Okay, so that's that. We've changed that out as well. So I've got my updated page finder. Then let me see what else we want to tuck in here. Now I have the Graph Grid saddle stitch notebook, and I could potentially tuck that in here if it'll fit. Let's see. But you know what? I think my planner's already so full right now, that's not worth trying to put in there. So I'm going to skip that. Just changed my mind. I have some of these decorative cards here. Now what I might do is just tuck this little guy in there, because that is kind of cute to have the little pumpkins sticking out. And then I could do this one, which is kind of nice because it sticks up a little higher. This boo is cute, but I don't necessarily feel like that's as much the look I'm going for, and I don't feel like I want the green. So I think that's actually perfect because this is a full, you know, it's a bigger card, and this has that soft touch finish to it. I think that's just a nice little peek there, and it pulls in some of the coloring with the pumpkin. I am curious now if this is gonna stay. I feel like I'll probably need some of the little sticky tack under there. I was thinking it could be cute to just tuck this here and have that say boo, or if I wanted to tuck the green, that's not terrible either. But I think for right now, I'm just gonna tuck the pumpkins, and I kind of like them down here on the bottom. I think that darker color grounds pretty well there. And what I might do is tuck these page flags in. Let's see, could either have a few of them like that, I mean have the whole stack like that, or just take a few off and tuck those in. Let's just do that. I think I could just take, if I can get just like 3 or 4 maybe, because the thing is with these I need an oil-based pen to make them work, and I don't necessarily carry around with me my uni pen or one of my oil-based pens, but that's okay. I think that's nice just to have that little bit of color there. And then I'm gonna take some of my, this is just like a museum putty, and this worked well the last time I was using this cover, just to tuck under the corners, and that held whatever I was using as a little deco piece. It held it in place so that I could see it. Okay. Just kind of squish that down there. Okay, nice. That's feeling really good. With this rainy weather we've had from the hurricane, this is exactly what I was feeling like I wanted. Okay, so now let's go ahead and grab my 2 pens. So I'm gonna slide my highlighter in there, which that should work. I guess the lid is kind of getting stuck, but that's okay. And then let's see if I can't remember if my 4-color pen is a little too fat for this pen loop. It will, no, it's just too, it's not stretchy, so it's not gonna work, but I could tuck this one in. I think that's better. And then I can just do this. That's what I was doing before, is just to use the bit of elastic, which sometimes you have to open it. That's what it was. I would open it and then I could just pop it in there. Okay, the question is, will it close? It won't close with the pen in. Will it close with the pen out? No, so I need to work on taking out a few more pages, but I feel like this is a good start because now I've got the look that I'm going for in my planner. I've got the function where I can turn it back on itself and do my planning for the day. So this weekend I'll work on cleaning out some of my inserts, reviewing what I've got as part of my monthly review process and what's working and what's not, or what's not working for right now, and I'm just going to set it aside until the next time I do a monthly review and decide I need it again. So I hope that was fun for you to see how I am setting up my planner. This is kind of the first phase, is to do the wrap and the decorative elements to it and kind of get a fresh face on my planner, a fresh outfit. And then next week I'll come back and share with you a little bit more about how the insides have developed as I've gone through the updates in my planner. And as a little side note, I have been loving my Jane's Agenda fountain pen. I've been using this for a lot more journaling, and just like Jake had said, it just has a wonderful feel in the hand when you're writing. It's weighted really nicely, so because it's a metal barrel, this end of the pen is really a little heavier, so it's a nice balance when you're writing. The grip on it feels great. So this, and it's a pretty fine tip, but there's plenty of ink that comes out when you're writing. So this has just been living on my desk, and I love grabbing that to, you know, make notes or do some journaling. All right, well, thanks for joining me today. I hope that was fun. Let me know in the comments if you are excited and setting up for fall in your planner. If you're someone like me who likes to change things out a lot, or maybe you have a bound or spiral, you know, spiral bound, or double, what is that called? D-ring, or the double O binding, whatever, there's a couple names for it. But does your planner kind of stay the same and you just change up the decoration? Because that's another way to go. Either way, I'd love to hear how your planning process is going right now. Somehow the month of September flew by, and we are ready to start October next week. And it's feeling good because I think we're all ready for a little more cooler weather, cozy times. We've had some rain, which is great. And it's been good. It feels like it's time to shift into that next phase of the autumn season. So I'll have all of the links down in the description box below. Like I said, I'm an affiliate with Jane's Agenda, so I always appreciate when you shop using my affiliate link. That does help me grow my business and be able to work from home and support my family and make a difference in the household budget and still be there for my daughter and spend time with my family and in my home, which is what's important to me. So I always appreciate that. And I also have links to the Jordan Essentials things. If you're curious, we do have a holiday catalog that launches tomorrow on Saturday. So that's actually when you'll be seeing this video on, I take that back. It launches to us. We get a sneak peek, the consultants. So it'll launch October 1st for all the customers. So if you want to tune back in next week, I'll be sharing more about the holiday items from Jordan Essentials, which is a great collection of made in Missouri gift products, healthy skin and bath and body products that are they're clutter-free, they're non-toxic, they're just good for everybody. So lots of good stocking stuffers, and I can't wait to share more. So thanks again. Have a good one. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.